Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Welcome back to the House of Shred. I'm your host, KC Shred. That egregious eyesore is the Shred Demon, and this is the Squier Contemporary Active Starcaster. Damn, what a mouthful, Squier. So what is it? Finally come to this. We all knew this day was coming. Let's get it over with. Today we are looking at a guitar from Fender's annoying cheap little cousin, 5 times removed, Squier. Squier are like the guitar industry's equivalent of a hemorrhoid. We've all had one, but we're all way too embarrassed to admit it. That's not to say that Squier hasn't had some success throughout its 40-odd years of supplying cheap, affordable guitars to all the little boys and girls. Like the Supersonic and the Vintage Vibe series. So good. And like they came up with the number 5 best color we've seen in the whole of today, race green. So what is this Starcaster thing I hear you say? And to that we say, that's a bloody good question. Fender first introduced the Starcaster in 1976. Much confusion and little fanfare. You see, Fender didn't have much success with semi-hollow guitars. That means the guitar is like semi-hollow body design to all you numbskulls out there. Oh, you already knew that. Oh well, let's move on. As you could probably tell, Starcaster didn't sell too well, and it wasn't too long until Fender dropped it from their regular lineup and relegated it to music shop bargain bins across the globe in 1980. You know what? All this nonsense about it being unpopular because it being a semi-hollow guitar sounds like BS to me. Let's try this. Gonna have a little bit of an experiment. I'm gonna let you have a look at this guitar here for a minute. I want you to have a real good look and tell me if you can pick the real reason this guitar didn't sell well. Time's up. Did you pick it? That's right. It's that damn headstock. Look at it. What the hell were they thinking? Looks more like a fantasy knife from one of those Fools of the Rings movies. There's no denying that this is one butt-ugly guitar. Maybe Fender discontinued them because they harvested the ugly tree into extinction producing these things. Or maybe Picasso took a page out of Gibson's book and decided to sue Fender for making a guitar uglier than one of his paintings. Anyway, many years after Starcaster had been long forgotten, Squier was sneaking around the dusty halls of Fender's back catalog, looking for the next guitar it could make out of plywood and flog the world of beginner guitars. When suddenly they stumbled across a giant stone box that had the label, "For the love of God, do not open this crate." Squier, unable to help themselves, opened it anyway, and after 3 staff members fainted, 2 were admitted to hospital after attempting to claw out their own eyeballs, some pencil pusher decided, let's re-release this into our new contemporary line. And the work began of bringing this twisted monstrosity back to the guitar world. But, what do you get? So let's see if they have hit a home run with this contemporary active Starcaster, or if it's a paddle that will send Squier further up the creek. I'm feeling autistic. So let me welcome you to the first episode of The Joy of Shredding with your talentless host, Shred Demon. If this is the first time with us, allow me to invite a personal invitation to grab your paint and your brushes and paint along with us today. And if you've been with us before, please let me tell you to rack off, as you've seen this all before. So today, we are going to show you how to put together a twisted monstrosity of a guitar onto your canvas. Let's get started. Today we're using a cheap-ass canvas from Kmart. being held today by some chick we found hanging around the halls of the House of Shred. So let's start with this old ash brush. Load it up with some beautiful satin black paint. Nice. Gonna use crisscross strokes to unveil the curves of the huge badonkadonk of the Active Starcaster. Yeah, just like that. Next, we're gonna add some happy little Squier active ceramic humbucking pickups. Sweet! Right. From there, we're gonna move on up to the neck area. For this, I'd like to add a nice rosewood fretboard. Hey! I said rosewood! Why would you put a maple neck on what is clearly a satin black chunk machine? Oh well, it's too late now, it's done. Bad move, Fender. Bad move. Anyway, let's jump up and give this Starcaster a headstock. I like headstocks. I mean, without them, guitars just look stupid. Steinberger. So let's make this headstock nice and sleek like a Jackson. Hey! What the bloody frig? I mean, what in the bloody holy hell in the world is that? I mean, I have no words. That's the first. Well, artist intuition, I guess. Okay, to finish off this curvaceous abstract vision, let's plop on some happy little tuners. Yeah, just like that. 3-way toggle switch. Somewhere around there. And a tune-o-matic bridge. Nice. Yeah, that looks good. And there. Complete. Looks like crap. Let's just hope the looks can be deceiving. This guitar actually sounds good. I mean, it's got all the right things in all the right places. Including that big-ass headstock. Let's just see what we got. Yeah, it'll do. Right. Now throw that horrible-looking noise box on the workbench. Let's take it apart for our next segment. Did somebody care? Surprisingly, yes. Here at the House of Shred, we take our metal guitars and shred machines very seriously. But nothing makes us happier than when we look into a guitar expecting mountains of John foolery, but John is nowhere to be seen. All the routs and body cavities were perfect. Well shielded, clean, and... Hang on! What the hell? Why is someone written ass inside the neck pickup cavity? It's not even the ass end of the guitar! And why leave the shielding paint off in just that section? I mean, we're not gonna pretend to understand what goes through the minds of employees at the Squier factory in Indonesia, but maybe someone should limit their internet access during the lunch breaks if this is what they're gonna be writing inside the guitars they're building. Moving on, we even went as far as to have a peek down inside the semi-hollow body of this guitar. All the bracing and interior surfaces had all been sanded properly and look great. I mean, this is a part of the guitar you're not even meant to see. There's a crazy attention to detail. It's like painting the Sistine Chapel on your roof and then plastering over the top. Anyway, some love definitely went into putting this guitar together. Maybe a little too much love. Finish is perfect. Frets are all level and ground properly. The little piece of rosewood and the truss rod access route is really nice. Would have been good if they kind of kept going with the rosewood and did the whole damn fretboard. But either way, the end result has been a well-made quality instrument, ready to accompany any shredder or chugger up onto the stage for their first time. Maybe even their second. How does it sound? Right, let's see what kind of noises we can get out of this thing. Does it shred? Can I get one? Yep. Contemporary Active Starcaster is still a current model for Squier. So you can get one from pretty much anywhere that Fenders and Squiers are sold. Our inside sources at Fender Australia report of good stock levels across the board. And the country too. A quick search online showed many active Starcasters available, at varying price points. And as Squier is known for their value and inclusivity, if you don't want the beautiful satin black, nice, you can still get the Active Starcaster in ice blue metallic and the amazing surf pearl. Plus, upon further examination, we found that there are 2 new colors coming soon, including shoreline gold and an astoundingly beautiful gunmetal gray. Now, these new colors are coming with crazy roasted maple fretboards, so it looks like Fender are getting closer to realizing they need to put a rosewood fretboard on these things. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge, Fender. That just leaves the price. Fender retail these for $969 Outback dollars here in Australia, or $599 in the land of the free. Which seems like a lot for Squier. I mean, Squier, like Fender, have gone through like 500 billion price rises in the last few years since the bat flu flapped its way around the globe. But the great news is that many of the Squier dealers are discounting these guitars, bringing the prices down to very reasonable levels. I mean, we only paid $499 for this beautiful satin black monster, and we got free shipping too. All in all, if you could snag one at a good price, then there really isn't much reason not to add one of these to your collection. Even if it's just to make yourself giggle at the end of a long, hard day of work by looking at that headstock. Okay, let's wrap this all up for all of you peoples, like a present or something. Let you all know how we feel about the Squier Active Starcaster and how it has fared. It's a hard one. Squier is definitely on the up and up. Their quality control has improved massively. That is very evident in the guitar that we have looked at here today. Fit and finish were perfect, and for a semi-hollow guitar with in-house active pickups, we were amazed at the lack of feedback under high gain while we were shredding around with this guitar. It's amazing value when you consider that it's a hollow body, active pickup equipped guitar for under $1,000. Sometimes like even half of that. Plus, take into account that Fender are not entirely known for their metal guitar pedigree, but this guitar really stands up. I mean, if you put an ebony fretboard on it, chuck some EMGs in it, rebranded it as a Fender, I can see Jim Root from Slipknot slinging this thing around on stage. So the Active Starcaster is starting very strong. Could be a high score on this one. But there are a few things to drag that score down. For starters, we have to subtract points for that wacky design. Sorry if you're one of those poor fools that thinks this is a pretty guitar, or in some way nostalgic. It's not. Ugly! That headstock is just a stale cream on the 3-week-old cake. Plus, we must subtract points for the lack of a rosewood fretboard. I mean, you could have at least given that as an option on the satin black variant. The maple looks very out of place to us. The rest of the design choices scream metal. But the maple neck just makes the Active Starcaster fall flat on his face, 2 inches from the finishing line. Right, it's score time! So, after much deliberation and heated debate here around the office, we, here at the House of Shred, give the Squier Contemporary Active Starcaster a score of 3 out of 5 fantasy knives from the Fools of the Ring. Next time on the House of Shred. What's in the coffin? In the coffin. What's in the coffin today? Halloween special, y'all.